Hello, I'm Gayla Prewitt with Floodwaters Productions in Bolivar, Missouri. And on behalf of the Branson International Film Festival, I would like to welcome Mira Steuer, who is in New York, and she's one of our nominees. Her film, Amica, is that correct? Is that the right way?
Amica.
Amica, okay, I wondered about that, was nominated in the Best Youth Film category. And great story, I got to watch it. And you refer to it as a love story between a girl and her dog. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yes. So it follows the sort of love story, if you will, of a young girl and her first dog throughout their lifetimes, and how, even though dogs' lives are much shorter than ours, that is a bond that will never be broken.
You're not a dog lover, are you?
A little bit. My dog seems to always know when I'm on Zoom, so the star might come through here at some point.
All right, you make a cameo for us. Yeah. You use a lot of you really told the story just with visuals, and you use a lot of elements to help bring the audience in. Can you talk a little bit about that, about some of your choices?
Yeah, so this was done entirely during quarantine, and I wanted to be able to create a story, and a good story, a compelling story, while following COVID guidelines and safe set regulations. So I really decided to focus on the hands and the girl's hands throughout her life, so that everyone could be masked and we could be mostly outside. And I found that it really gave a timelessness to it and a ambiguity of who she is that lets everyone relate to it.
And I like the droplets on the screen and then the windshield wipers. I thought that was really good how that all tied together. And you'll have to watch it to see what we're talking about. It's really good. Can you tell us a little bit about you refer to yourself on your website as a storyteller, and I really like that. And why did you choose that?
Well, I chose that because I really feel like that is the only word that fits. Throughout my life, I have been a storyteller. When I was younger, for a very long time, I wanted to be a novelist. And then I discovered acting and I really fell in love with that. And then photography and then film. And now I really love all of those things. So to just call myself a filmmaker, an actor, or a writer is incomplete.
Yes, I really like that when you did that. I noticed you wrote your first book when you were 5.
Yes. Loosely. It was a little children's book with watercolor illustrations by me, about how kids get around the world go to school. Cool. I was very proud of it.
That was already in you, even then.
Yes.
You mentioned you were an actress and you've played several roles. You want to tell us maybe one of your more favorites? Oh,
that's hard. Well, one of my most recent roles before quarantine that I really, really enjoyed, I was able to be a part of an all-female cast of 1776 at O'Connell and Company in Buffalo. And that was a really amazing cast of women. I was a very small part. I had like 2 lines, but just to be around those women, I learned so much, and it was such a joy to work with them. Yeah.
And you need to remember there are no small parts.
Yes, of course.
Well, really, because everybody's so important, and if it, the acting's not quite there, it takes everybody out of the story. So you also have played Anne Frank. Is that true?
I have, yes. That was my first ever role. And I'm to this day so thankful that worked out that way. I had no idea what I was doing. I had never acted before. I showed up to the audition on a whim, and I was cast, and I was able to do that with SAG actors and a really amazing cast and director. And I was just in over my head, and they really took me under their wing, and I fell in love with the art right then and there.
What are some of your plans for the future? I understand you may be going to film school?
I am. I am going to be attending film school in the fall, which is very exciting. And I hope to be writing and directing and acting in films my entire life. I have a feature film coming up that's going to be shot in the summer of 2022. And I've been working via Zoom with the cast of that on the script. So yeah, I am very excited.
Are you the writer then?
I am one of the co-writers, and I'm going to be directing that.
Without telling us too much, can you give us a teaser about it?
Yes, it's called Honeybee. It's called Honeybee. I co-write it with my wonderful friend and collaborator, Melissa Levine. It is a story that follows three siblings returning home and reuniting for the first time after their father's death. And it really explores how a family's dynamic shifts when one part is taken away, and really them trying to find where they all fit in the new puzzle.
I want to see that. That sounds like a very powerful story. What is it like co-writing and having a collaborator? Do you like that?
I love it. I've said for a long time, I think I'm a better co-writer than I am writer. It's a really fantastic experience. And when you find a good co-writer, then someone who you really vibe with, it just flows. And it's so organic and fantastic.
You kind of can help inspire each other.
Yes.
Now, do you have any plans to come to the festival? I know it's a little way to travel, but we would love to have you.
I would absolutely love to attend. I do live with vulnerable family members, so we're laying low with COVID now, but we shall see how everything goes with the vaccine rollout. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed everything will start to go back to normal soon.
Have you ever thought about also with storytelling, exploring the documentary genre?
I have, yeah. My mother actually is a photographer, and she was a photojournalist for a really long time. So I come from that background. And while definitely I think narrative fiction is my true love and my first love, I would be really excited to explore documentary, yeah.
Do you have any subjects you might explore with that?
I would really love to do a piece on adoptive families, especially families in open adoptions where they have relationships with their biological parents as well as their adoptive ones. And being in an adoptive family myself, having seen the way that opens a family up and brings families together, I think it's a really cool thing. I think it's really beautiful, and I would love to explore that with other families as well.
You've got a film in development right now, and you're anticipating shooting it in 2022.
Yes.
You do a lot of volunteer work, and you're a young teenage woman. And so how do you find time to fit it all together?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been very good at being a traditional teenager. I actually left traditional high school at the beginning of my junior year to do college courses online, and pursue my diploma that way. And it was really the best thing I possibly could have done. Not only did it really open up my schedule to pursue my art and things further, but it also allowed me to take much higher level courses and much more specific courses that weren't available at my high school. So I'm really glad I did that. And yeah, I just kind of never stop, and I love what I do.
What kind of advice would you give to other girls, young girls or girls around your age that are thinking of film making or being an actress? What is some advice you might give them?
Gosh, don't ask for permission. There's no such thing as too young or too inexperienced. Just do it. A big thing for actresses, make your own content. and actors as well, of course, make your own content, make your own opportunities. Don't wait for anyone to tell you that you can, and then people will start telling you that you can.
I love that. Don't ask for permission. And I think that's so true, especially in the filmmaking world, because it's such a big project and it can seem overwhelming sometimes. And so, yeah, you take those steps, you start working toward it, and then things will happen. So I love that. Don't ask for permission, just do it. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed speaking with you and meeting with you, and I look for great things to happen for you in the future. So we'll keep our eye on you.
Thank you so much.